What is up, gamers? It is Will777JP back at it again with another one, and today we are going to be doing my collection, row 12, my top 3. Last week we did row 11, which we had Dying Light 2 in there, Far Cry, Final Fantasy 16. Today we're going to be doing row 12. So another decent row. Another row that I've beaten a lot of games in, so I'm gonna have a difficult time choosing my top 3, but hit the comment section down below and let me know what your top 3 are of that row. It'll be super interesting to see what other people think. As always, thank you so much for all your support, for liking, sharing, commenting, all that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you stay up to date whenever I drop videos. So let's get into it, and we're gonna take a quick cut so I can adjust the camera and we can get down to row 11. Alright, my bad, I said row 11, but it's row 12. But yeah, let me, once again, for those of you guys that are new, what I like to do is, each week, I do one row of my collection, and I pick my top 3 games of that row. This row is row 12, and I like to pick 3 of my favorite games of that row because of a lot of different things, because of gameplay, art style, story, music, right? A combination of things. So before I used to just pick any 3, but now I pick them in order. So we normally start with number 3, then number 2, then my number 1, because you guys requested I do it that way. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys all the games that are in this row, and then I will go ahead and start my picks. And then at the end, I normally give you guys 1 or 2 that didn't make the cut, but I also recommend. So starting with the first one is Fort Solis. Normally I would give a quick little explanation, but because I am doing my top picks, I don't want to give any inklings of what I'm going to pick. Next one is Funko Fusion. Next one is Gangs of Shorewood. Next one is Garden Simulator. Next one is Ghost Runner 2. No, this is Ghost Runner 1, not Ghost Runner 2. I haven't bought Ghost Runner 2. Then we have Ghostwire Tokyo, Goat Simulator 3, which, by the way, this is the sequel to Goat Simulator 1, but they're quirky like that. Then we have Godfall, which I just did a Will It Play with No Internet with this game not that long ago, last week I believe it was. God of War Ragnarok. Then we have Gory Cuddly Carnage, another game we did a Will It Play with No Internet. This was one of the first games I tested. Then we have Gotham Knights. Then we have Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Then we have Guardians of the Galaxy. We have Gran Turismo 7, which I also did a Will It Play with No Internet as well. We have Grounded Fully Yoked Edition, which shout out to Ball Dante, who I told him I will play this game with, so I will eventually. He's been asking me to play this game. Then we have Guilt. Hades. Helldivers 2. Hired Gun. And last but not least in this row is Hitman World of Assassination. So as you can tell, I mean, it's a pretty decent row for me. I have played like 90% of these games. The only game I haven't played is Garden Simulator. That's the only game that I have not played in this row, man. Yeah, Garden Simulator is the only game. I mean, I played Funko Fusion, but I only got a little bit on that, you know. But yeah, so this game is gonna be a tough one for me because obviously I've played every single every single game except for one of them, which is Garden Simulator. And I bought that because, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Power Wash Simulator. So I just been trying all sorts of simulator games to try to scratch that itch that Power Wash Simulator left, because Power Wash Simulator 2 ain't coming out till the end of 2025. So we will see exactly when. But let's get into my top 3. Alright, my very third one from this list is actually my very first game I ever beat from this developer. And it is Ghostwire Tokyo. So, some people may be looking at me a little bit weird, but I really, really enjoyed Ghostwire Tokyo. So, this game came out in 2022. And published by Bethesda. Let's see, developed by Tango Gameworks, which is the same people that develop Hi-Fi Rush, The Evil Within, stuff like that. But what I really like about Ghostwire Tokyo is that it gives you a good, what do you call that? You're able to really see Tokyo, and it looks wonderful, man. The graphics are really, really good in this game, but also I really like the combat. I never really seen something like that before, or at least played something like that before. So it's very cool to not only fight these spirits in Tokyo, right? You're seeing Tokyo. The graphics look good. The story is interesting, man. You're trying to, they break down this half spirit world, half physical world, and the spirit trying to come into physical. But the combat is probably the outlier for me. It's probably the main thing that I really enjoyed. You're using hand signals to create these sigils, and they use a lot of cultural things in this game, which I just really loved, especially in 2022, back then when I played it for the first time. It was like, it felt like a current gen game. Now, I know some people are going to attack me for that, but I don't care. It's my opinion. It's what I thought. It looked good. It played good. I didn't have any issues with it. And it was really something different coming from Bethesda, right? So, I just enjoyed it, man. The story was good, but the combat was really good. And the other thing that really stands out to me is the character designs, man. Now, the main character, you're just a dude, right? A regular guy. But the monsters you're fighting, that was impressive. They take a lot of lore, or Japanese lore. What do you call those? Not fairy tales, but here, let me think of the name. It's like urban legends, and they really bring them to life. And I just thought that was super interesting. So the game from start to finish was super interesting. I enjoyed the combat. I think that this is a game where first person really matters, because you're doing all those hand movements and stuff to shoot a weapon. It's just super cool, super interesting. If you haven't played it, man, I recommend it. I think a lot of people played it, though, because it was one of those, during the beginning of the generation, that was like kind of a high profile game. Another thing, too, is Xbox had just purchased Ghostwire Tokyo, right? Or I'm sorry, Bethesda, not that long before the current gen. And this was a PlayStation exclusive before it reached Xbox. So this was one of the last few games that PlayStation still got first before Xbox did. So that was interesting. My number 2 game in this might actually surprise some people, and that is God of War Ragnarok. So I beat God of War 2018 in preparation for this game. I tried playing God of War in the beginning, but honestly, I didn't click with it. But I kept hearing how great the story is, the father-son thing, and I'm like, you know what? God of War Ragnarok 2 is coming out. Let me go ahead and play this game. And I did, and wow, did I really, really like that game, especially the story. The story was the number one thing that I really liked. But in God of War Ragnarok 2, or God of War Ragnarok, the thing that actually I feel like took a back step for me was the story in this one. Not saying it was bad, because it was good. It just wasn't as good as the first one. But what I feel like was elevated in the second one was the combat. There's so many different builds you can do in this game. Like, Santa Monica really went above and beyond to making, the combat in this game what it was. The world is phenomenal. The graphics were amazing, even though it's a cross-gen game, right? Which, whatever, dude. The freaking graphics that you got out of this, the detail that you got out of this, you could not get on the PS4. Now, the one thing that this game pissed me off, and it wasn't the game itself, it was PlayStation, is the collector's edition. I really wanted to get the collector's edition for this game, but because it didn't have a physical copy of the game, I declined not to. Which, if you guys know, you see in my previous copy or my previous videos before, Horizon Forbidden West was my first collector's edition, and I didn't know that there was no physical copy of the game in there. So really, really frustrating, but hey, the game, top notch in my opinion. I still haven't done a second playthrough, which I will eventually. And then last but not least, my number one favorite game of this row has to be Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy, bro. So I remember I was visiting my sister. What year did this game come out? 2021? Yeah, somewhere around there, 2021. I was visiting my sister where she lived in Vegas back then. And I'm sitting there watching TV, drinking some coffee, and I look at my phone, and Guardians of the Galaxy pre-orders went live. I was so geeked because Guardians of the Galaxy are my favorite superheroes of the MCU. I just feel like they have the best story. I feel like whatever. But I pre-order it, even though I'm a physical gamer. I knew I would double dip into this game. But with the previous Marvel game, The Avengers, when that came out and that was completely trash, I was a little bit hesitant. But either way, I pre-ordered the game just because I loved these characters. And when the game came out, I played it. I was just taken back at how good this game is. Guys, if you have not played this game, go check it out. If you're still worried about the Avenger game, this is nothing like that. It is a single player, narrative driven campaign. It is freaking awesome, bro. I absolutely love this game. I've beaten this game about 3 times. 3 times by now. The only reason I haven't got the platinum is because one of the trophies is glitched on me and I can't figure out how to get it. But man, it's such a cool game. The character design is real cool. At first I thought that the actors not looking like the movies, well, a lot of people were complaining that the actors not looking like the actors in the movies were a turnoff. Like, I didn't care about that. As long as the characters felt like the characters, that's all I cared about. And man, it does that. It does that exactly. But the combat is really, really fun. You get to fly the ship. You get to, you don't get to play as each of the characters, which is another thing that people knocked on it for before they even played the damn game. But you do get to control their abilities in combat and stuff like that. The soundtrack, it is amazing. The graphics are amazing. The level designs are freaking cool, man. Rocket feels like Rocket. Groot feels like Groot. Gamora feels like Gamora. Peter Quill. I mean, they all feel like their own characters. So, man, if you have not played this game, please, please, please do your favor and go play this. This game was phenomenal. It's like an 18, 20-hour game, so it's not super long. It has just enough meat in the bones. And yeah, I fell in love with this game, man. It's a game that I still revisit every once in a while. I just love this game. But those are my top 3, guys. I am gonna give you some honorable mentions here. The first honorable mention is gonna be Guilt. Now, I own Guilt digitally, so there's another one that I double dip, but it's such an interesting story. I mean, gameplay is kind of simple, but where this game shines is the story. Go check it out, man. It's about this girl. She's trying to, damn, I forgot. But the girl, she's traveling through this city that has been taken over by these creatures, and she's just a girl, right? But she uses the tools around her to combat these I don't know if they're demonic or what, but like these ghostly creatures that are taking over the town. Super cool game. I forgot who recommended this game to me, but shout out to you, bro, because this game was phenomenal. I had to go get a European version of this game because they didn't print any here in the United States, but man, I don't regret it. I got it on eBay. Another honorable mention is, where the heck is it? Oh, Helldivers. Of course, Helldivers. I'm not a big multiplayer gamer, or I'm sorry, a live service gamer, but this game does it right. It's not a predatory thing, and you have a lot of fun, especially if you're playing with friends. You, 3 other friends, get in here. You have a great time. You have great laughs. The combat is insane. The game is a looker. But yeah, it's super, super cool, man. I'm sure a lot of you have played Helldivers by now. It's super popular, but if you haven't, go check it out. Just make sure you go in there with some friends. I mean, you can find people to play on there, but with friends is always best. And let me see if I can pick out one more honorable mention for you guys. I would have to go with Gory Cuddly Carnage. Super interesting art style, but the combat is king in this game. You do all your combat through the skateboard that you have. You're a cat, but you use the skateboard as a weapon. You can do tricks on there. It's a cool, fun, entertaining game. Very gory. I mean, it's in the title, Gory Cuddly Carnage. So super interesting game. I think this game you can get digitally for like $20. Physically, I'm sure there's some out there still. They go on sale all the time. But yeah, check it out. It's a fun game. But there y'all have it, man. Those are my top 3 of Roll 12. What do you guys think of my selections? Also, what would you guys pick as your top 3? A lot of good games here. I mean, Gotham Knights, I enjoyed. What else? You know, Fort Solace. Actually, I think that game kind of sucked. Grounded is decent. Hades, of course. Hitman. So we have some good games in here. But yeah, man, Ghost Simulator. My son has a ton of hours in that game. It's very, very gameplay friendly. A lot of interesting to do. But yeah, this is a decent row, man. Next week, we're definitely going to be going over row 13, which is the very last row of this, shelving unit down there. And that one has some interesting games as well. So stay tuned. These videos come out every single week. I try to post them either Saturday or Sunday. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Also, please hit the like button, y'all. Let me know what else you guys would like to see. I do have more videos. I have videos coming out every single day, of course. Right now, the Will It Play videos have been taking over the channel. I drop those every other day, and I go based on your recommendations. But if you would like to support the channel, there's a lot of different ways to do that. Simply by hitting like and share is the most common way that you can do so, which I very much appreciate. You can also hit that thank you button, and you can buy me a cup of coffee, and everything that I get through there will definitely get reinvested into the channel, into buying more games that we can test out, into more games that we can take a look at as a community to see if it's something worth playing, and of course into investing into the whole operations, you know what I'm saying, recording, editing, stuff like that. So I want to give you guys the best product that I possibly can, the best quality videos that I possibly can. But once again, it's just me doing this, so thank you. And outside of that, we'll catch you in the next one. Keep it gaming.